All right. Well, welcome everybody. This is the regular meeting of the Roxbury Inland Wetlands and Watercourses Commission for Tuesday, April 27th, 2021. I swear to God, it's going to be October soon. It's going by so fast.
Easy, Russ. Take it easy.
I'm telling you. I took a great hike yesterday on land trust property off of Minor Bridge Road, and the woods are beautiful right now. I can tell you that. My dog loved it, so it's all good. I'll call this meeting to order. Seating of the members. John, we'll start with you.
John Smoliga.
Rob Horrigan.
Is Sue here?
Sue Fitch.
Great. Hi, Sue. Oh, we can see you now.
Hey,
Yeah, we can't see.
I
you,
know. I'm yeah.
but I'm happy. Who's next? Andy? Andy, you out there?
Excuse me, it's Julie. Andy just texted me. He's rejoining. There's technical issues, but he'll be here soon.
Okay. Who else? Go ahead, Sierra.
Hey, we're just introducing. I just got on.
Okay, just say you're here.
Hi, I'm here.
How are the kids?
Crazy. Nobody wanted to get ready for bed today or eat their dinner, so, you know.
Yeah, they're great kids. They really
Yeah.
are. I miss them.
Aw, yeah, we have to do a Garnet trip.
Yeah, definitely. Olivia?
Olivia Cody's here.
Okay. So all we're missing is Andy. So we do have a quorum. I'll leave that quorum open since Andy's probably going to come soon. So I'll look for approval of the minutes of the regular meeting from March 23rd, 2021.
so moved.
Second.
Okay. No comments at all? That's how good Julie is. I'll tell you, she's awesome. Thank you, Julie, for all you do for us. And you too, Karen. Are you there, Karen? Or yeah, you're there. Okay.
Thank you, Russ. We appreciate that.
But you guys have been great, and it's been a hard road, but we're getting through it. So with that, I'll look for approval of the minutes. I have a first, I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. We don't have communications with the public on the agenda. You did we miss that, Karen?
Whoops.
That's all right.
Sorry.
That's all right. Let's break some laws.
You can
Does
add
that-
it if you want.
I make a motion to approve communications from the public to the agenda. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Anybody from the public want to comment on anything? Tell us whether we're good, bad, ugly, you know, like Clint Eastwood.
I have a comment.
Yeah.
I submitted an application through the website, and Karen followed up with me and said she didn't get any maps. So I was curious if my application could be added to tonight's agenda.
Is this Laura Sachs's application, Chris?
Yes.
You're in. You're in. We'll vote it on.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yep. Anybody else? I have some sad news to report. Our decision on the woods has been appealed. So what that means is that it goes to court now. The intervener has appealed our decision. They gave many reasons for that. One of them was I interrupted them too much, and they should know I'm Italian. We do that. But I think during the meeting, I explained why I was interrupting them, and but there were other reasons in the court count, let's call it. I just wanted the commission to know that the decision has been appealed. So what does that mean? It means that it's up to the court now to approve our decision. If they approve our decision, then we're done. They could send it back to us and we'd have to redo it. I know after 41 meetings and I don't know how many public hearings, it's kind of burdensome to volunteers, but that's our
Was that one of his real reasons that you interrupted him? Is that a real reason?
That's one of their counts, that I interrupted the interveners experts, which I did.
Right.
And I gave them a reason why.
Yeah.
And we'll let the court read the record. Here's the problem. They could approve what we did. They could send it back to us. They could, the court could do whatever it wants. It's probably going to take about a year, maybe 6 months to a year, because the courts are backed up because of COVID. The applicant could still go to planning. They're not stopped to go to the next step, but even if they get approval in planning, they still have to wait till the court rules. None of us are going to get called to court. It's not like that. The judge is going to look at the record and make his own decisions. The problem for the town is going to cost us tens of thousands of dollars. The whole record, from even when they came in with the 11 lot subdivision with the road, because they included that in the record, the whole record has to be transcribed. That means somebody has to type it all up. That's expensive. Unfortunately, why judges can't just look at all the Zoom meetings and make a decision watching Zoom meetings, the state hasn't caught up to that. So you still have to transcribe everything. We have to engage Gail McTaggart to defend the commission, so to speak, and it's going to cost us tens of thousands of dollars. So that's unfortunate, but that's America, and everybody has a right to that. Even if the court approves it again, they could appeal it again and go to an appellate court and then appeal that and go to the Supreme Court. So it could be held up for a long time. Not our problem. I know that the commission did the right thing. We followed the regulations. We looked at the science. We listened to the experts. We approved a 14-page motion, which I thought Gail was magical in the way she wrote it. And we did everything we could. And it is what it is. So that's what that is. And I have good news in that, even though.
Russ?
Yes, Suzanne. Yep. Sue?
Sorry, Russ, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
Go
that's
ahead.
okay.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, you may go to court.
I just had a question for you. Are we? What?
No, I'm only kidding. Go ahead.
Hey. No, I was just curious. Like, is it going to be posted, or the what I want to say, the reasons why they're I'm blanking out right now. What you
That's a
said,
good question, Sue.
why they're taking.
Right, Karen, we
Because I
have
just,
that.
if it comes back to us, I was just curious of why they're, taking it to court.
Okay, Karen, we have that, right?
We do. We have the case that's come in.
Right. Would you email it to all the commission members?
Of course.
Yeah. There's many reasons, Sue. What Gail tells me is it's very standard, nothing out of the ordinary, other than the chairman of the commission interrupted the experts at many instances. And, when you look through the record, I explained why before I interrupted. So I think we're in good shape. It's really up to the court at this point. I just wanted to let the commission know that this is what's happening, and let the commission know that you're not going to be. I just got called to jury duty on June 11th. Let's hope it's not a month-long case, but you're not going to get called in to testify. The judge is going to look at the record, and decide on the record. Okay? Any other questions?
Okay, thanks for letting us know.
Yeah. Even from the public, any questions?
No questions.
Okay, good. We'll move on to old business. Judge House Property LLC, 35 Judge Road, single family dwelling, site report by Angle and John. So Angle, are you here?
It's Chris Francis for Arthur H. Holland and Associates, civil engineer.
I'm asking if Andy Angle's on yet.
Excuse me, Russ. Andy's texting me again. I've been watching him try and join, and he gets kicked out, and he's restarting again. He's telling me. So,
All right. So
that's the
John,
last
you want?
update. Yeah.
Yep, John, you want to report on your site walk on this?
Yeah, I guess, one of the questions I had with this is the placement of the septic system all the way down close to the wetlands there. Could that be pulled back any?
The location of where the leaching field is driven by the.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Would you state your name and who you are for the record?
I'm sorry, Christopher Francis, Arthur H. Holland and Associates,
Oh, okay.
civil engineer.
Hi, Chris.
How are you folks?
Great. We're great.
Can we get the map
Excellent.
up?
Yeah.
Let me get there. Let me see.
Take your time.
Let's see if I can make this a little bit smaller.
A little bit bigger.
Just
Okay.
zoom in on lot A.
If we can get it, yeah, I'm just trying to get it centered.
That's good.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Excellent. We all set?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Go ahead.
yeah,
Explain it.
I didn't
Okay.
see where the perks were for that, so.
Well, if you look at the those little symbols, the TH, they look like a bow tie, the pink bow tie.
Yeah. So where you had them, I didn't see the results for them.
Well, the results are on the SDS1 sheet.
Okay. Hold on. I guess what you're gonna tell me is that you didn't get good perks in that area.
That's correct. Well, I mean, the location of it is the lower holes, and as you can see on the site, there's ledge outcroppings, which just screams that there's underlying rock pretty much all over the site. So the best area to put this was there. Per our Spencer Miles, he's our septic designer. I will say that the closest that the leaching field is to the wetlands as the crow flies is 72 feet. And that's shooting straight across, kind of perpendicular through the stone wall. But hydraulically, if you're following the contours, it's over 100 feet.
Okay.
Any other questions, Sean?
Yeah, no, that was all I had. I mean, the house is, way uphill, so yeah.
We made sure we took care not to disturb any of the stone wall, because that acts as a natural level spreader, if you will, for the runoff off the side of the hill. So, we won't be disturbing that at all.
And you have a plunge pool for the roof drainage?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like somebody's gonna lose their their fire pit out there.
Why's that?
I was out there today. There's a fire pit right in the middle of where the house is staked.
Oh, well. I wonder if the owner knows about that.
So,
The owner is here, and that's just to help clear up debris. It's a solo pit, one of those removable pits.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Deborah. Are you new to town?
Well, I've only been here 68 years.
68 years. Well, you beat me, Deborah.
Only?
Good for you.
But my grandparents were here. They came in the 40s, and so I've only been here part of the time all of my life. I've only lived here all of the time, some years, and only full time. In 2004, for a couple of years, when I lived here with my aunt and uncle, Jerry Judge and Margot Judge.
Oh, nice people.
Yes,
Nice
and
people.
I was working in
great.
Avon, Connecticut at that point.
Yep.
And then down in New Haven for a while, but that was too long a commute. My husband and I were working in the city the last few years and moved up here full time last year.
And this is going to be your house?
This is where we're going to live. Yeah, we've been living in the old house and we've been living in the barn seasonally for the last 15 years.
With goats, I hope.
What?
With goats, I hope.
Well, as I said, seasonally. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, welcome.
Thank you. I'm
glad
a
to have
vestry
you.
member of Christ Church, so I really do live here. I'm a member of the community.
All right. Doesn't matter. I just ask if you're new. I like to welcome people to town
Thanks.
and let them know that we're a great town.
I do know what a great town you are.
You know, I feel very fortunate to be here. So
Yes, I do.
and cheer this commission because it's the best commission in the state of Connecticut. Really is.
It's definitely the best town. I
Right.
do adore it.
So, John, anything else? Any other members have any comments,
I
questions?
didn't have anything else. Yeah.
I'll look for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve this application. I don't have it right in front of me, whatever it is. As a regulated
It's
activity,
35 Judge Bridge. 35 Judge Road.
35 Judge Road as a regulated activity.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Thank you very much, Deborah. Enjoy your new home.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, what's
Thanks,
next, Julie?
Okay, let's see. Go back. It's 28 Granny Hill Road. So for Kubik.
Yes, that's me and Rob. Right, Rob?
Yes.
Yes. Rob and I went out and looked at this. There are no real wetlands on the property. The engineer came back with a different plan to get the water off the driveway.
Can we get that map up?
Yeah, I'm waiting here.
I'm having trouble.
Take your time. Is the engineer here?
I have a feeling Zoom had a lot of problems last night, and I have a feeling it's continuing to tonight. So I'm going to have to do this the long way. It won't let me use a shortcut. Oh.
Just to answer that, this is Brian Asteriak, the engineer for the applicants.
Hi, Brian. Welcome.
Thank you.
How you been?
Very good, thank you.
Good. Glad to see you change your plan a little.
Yeah,
That's good.
we went ahead. This is the old plan, so keep going down. We added two new drainage systems, and we modified the other two. And essentially, what we ended up doing was creating a no net increase for up through the 50-year storm, like you asked for.
I have no issue, other than my problem is on the road. Could we put a pipe underneath the driveway on the road so that water continues to run? You're on the downhill side, and there's a cross culvert about 40 feet down from you. You know what I'm talking about, Brian?
Yes, I do.
Would it be okay to put a you know, an 18-inch pipe underneath the driveway and then make just a grass swale, nothing overcomplicated. I'm not looking for engineering to that cross covert so
Yeah,
that water doesn't run out into the road or water doesn't build up behind the driveway and goes out into the road. I've seen that before.
No problem. I think that's fine.
Okay.
We'd be happy to do that.
Great. Rob, you have anything?
No, I have no problems with this application.
I'll make a motion to approve this application contingent upon, and Barbara Henry would require this anyway, a pipe at the road junction and a grass swale to the cross covert, which is approximately, I'll say 50 feet downhill from that. That'll solve a lot of problems and prevent problems in the future. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I just would like it to be on the record that there will be no net increase of runoff from the site.
Brian?
Yeah, we've designed this so that there's no net increase up through the 50-year storm.
Okay. You good with that, Rob?
Yes.
All right, I made a motion. I have a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. It's approved, Brian. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Does that require a revised drawing, or can we just do that in the field?
You could do it. Rob, what do you think? It's a simple thing. Do it in the field.
I think it can be done in the field, and I think
Yeah.
Barbara, as you said, Barbara's going to require that for the driveway permit anyway.
Right.
Very good. We'll take care of it. Thank you very much, all of you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
That on there.
Karen, were you talking to me?
Russ, I'm sorry. It was John Cody. I said, when they come in for the driveway permit, I can make sure that's on there.
Thank you, John. It's all on you anyway. I see the dog wants action.
Yeah, that's right. Odin wants to join.
Good for you.
Excuse me, Russ. Andy has joined by phone.
Hey, Andy.
Hey, Russ.
How are you, buddy?
Well, I absolutely hate technology. I wish we lived in the 19th century. Other than that, I'm great.
I'm with you. You know, it brings up the question when we're going to start meeting live again, because I miss everybody. You know, although I do see all of you in our personal lives, but we need to start talking about live meetings. I do like Zoom because I don't have to dress up and get in a car. On the other hand, I miss the commission, and human interaction is important, I think. So I think soon the town's been talking about it. COVID numbers seem to be leveling off, and the town's been thinking maybe by September we could all start live. So hopefully. What's next, Julie?
Next is going to be 37 South Street, past Cousy for an in-ground pool, and my shortcut is not working, so I'll be there in about 50 pages. Oh.
37, John, is this across from the pond that the Schoenholz's own?
Yes, Russ, it is.
Right, and there's a culvert that goes across the road into a lawn, basically.
Yes, it's an intermittent stream that picks up across some road runoff, predominantly a flat area, but there is the stream, intermittent stream there. It's about 80 feet, if I recall correctly.
Are the Pacuzzi's here? Anybody here to
We are, yes. Hi.
Hi, Rob and Cynthia. How are you?
We're great. How are you?
We're doing great in this town. We're going to lower the budget. You imagine that? Your mill rate's going down. Who does that?
I saw that. I was very impressed.
Nobody does that. We're a great town. We work hard. Are you new to town?
We moved in last spring.
Welcome to Roxbury.
Thank you. We are loving it so far.
Yeah, you have a great house there.
Thank you.
The only thing about your house, hate to be the bad guy, across the street there's that pond, and there's a culvert. And did you notice your lawn's really wet in that area?
In the front, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that's all wetland. It's crazy. The definition of wetland in Connecticut is based on soil type, not whether what the plants are there or water's there. Kind of crazy in Connecticut. But so where's the pool going, John? It's on the other side of that?
It's on the house side. Is that the map? Yeah, there's a secondary accessory structure in the back. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. It's the closest point. Yeah, right about there, just north of that. Bingo. That's the location of the pool.
So the lawn area, if I'm looking at the main residence, which is to the left, we're nowhere near that.
No, it's far away from the road. It's, I don't know, 150, 200 feet from the road, I'm estimating.
No, but directly across the street from the pond, that lawn there, it's not going there, right?
No, correct. It's not.
All right. Then I have no issue. I went and looked. I have no issue with it. I have no issue that they continue to mow the lawn, but just be aware, Rob and Cynthia, that it is a wetland. What that is, why it's important, is that underground, a couple feet, there's an aquifer there, and it's a very productive aquifer, and it feeds the whole aquifer behind you, which feeds all the wells in the center of town. It's all a hydrology thing, and that's why we need to protect it. It's not a habitat or anything. That's why you can mow it and stuff, but it's wet. I mean, the previous owner wanted to fill it, so it wasn't so wet. But he never submitted an application because I talked to him and said that can never happen because the state doesn't allow filling of wetlands. Wetland regulations are not Roxbury regulations, they're state regulations. We volunteer our time to administer the regulations. So every town has a wetland commission. Every commission has to follow the state regulations, and that's what it's about. In Roxbury, we very much respect owners' rights. We really respect owners' rights. But our primary thing is to protect wetlands, protect the environment, and make sure Roxbury is protected in the future.
Absolutely.
So that's what it's about. So
Correct.
I'll make a motion to approve the pool since it's not in the wetlands.
It's far away.
Russ, I just have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
The-
Let me pull the motion back. I should have asked for questions. I apologize. I don't make that motion. Go ahead, Rob.
I just was wondering, there's a structure to I guess that's to the north of the proposed pool area. Is that I can't read what that says on the map because it's so small. It says a cottage, I guess?
Yes.
Okay, where's the pool equipment going?
Behind the cottage?
It's going next to the cottage, I believe.
Okay. Okay, I just was worried about the equipment being too close to that intermittent stream.
Yeah, no, it's gonna go up back by the cottage.
Yeah, on the other side.
It'll be even farther away from the.
Okay.
Yep.
I have no problem with it then.
Great.
You want to make a motion, Rob?
Well, I guess I'd approve this as a regulated activity, contingent upon the equipment being on the north side of the pool.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
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 Welcome, Rob and Cynthia. Hope to meet
Thank you so
soon.
much. Yes,
Yep.
same. Thank you.
Take care. Yep. Okay, Julie, what's next?
We've got Drew and Rose Loya, and they're rather close. So there we are.
Hi, Drew and Rose.
Hi.
How are you?
Good to see you. Very good to see you.
You too.
So thanks for
Kind
having
of.
us.
What do you
Good to hear you.
Yeah, I know.
There's your
I'm
map.
just RJ Duran. Did somebody go out to look at this, or are we on new business?
We are on new business.
Okay, so Drew and Rose, what are you planning to do here?
Well, we want to remove,
Could we zoom in a little? Sorry to interrupt you.
you keep doing that.
I know.
So actually on the picture below this one that's on the screen now is the trees that we want to take down initially. And well, they were pink dots. It's kind of hard to see
You
now.
can see the gray dots.
Yeah, they're gray dots on there now.
I see them.
So we want to take a bunch of trees down because the ones on the bottom left near the stream in the driveway, they're pretty much leaning over the power lines. And there's actually two that are leaning towards the road that cut down from a last storm. We want to clean those up so they don't fall into the road again or hit our power lines.
Have you talked to, is it your power line or is it Eversource's power line?
It's ours.
It's both
Okay.
Eversource
All right.
and ours.
I was gonna say, have you talked to Barbara about having Eversource come out, but they
Well, they
won't.
already did. They trimmed
Okay.
up two of them, but left.
They left a lot behind.
Yeah.
And the other comment about that I'd like to make is we had from the August storm and then the November storm, we had a drop negative and we lost $10,000 worth. You know, not only that, our house almost burned down. I don't know if anyone's familiar with a drop neutral, drop negative, where the power keeps coming in your house and doesn't have an exit. When we had that windstorm in November, it was from those trees and a shoddy job done by Eversource. And good thing my husband said, you know, get out of the house, shut everything off. You know, this is now emergency, you know, scaled up. So that's one of the main reasons to get all those trees, and that I know it's wetlands, but they're dangerous. We've already experienced their danger.
Are they dying or just not growing very well?
Well, if you drove one of them, there's 4 trees in one cluster that caused the power surge and blew up the transformer when we had the storm in August. The second storm in August took that out. And the whole rooting system is probably 8 feet in diameter, is still like pulled from the wetlands and leaning towards the road, with Eversource just top cut the tree. So 3/4 of the tree is still there with another 4 trees around it, leaning towards the road. They
Yep.
never cut it down at the root, at the base.
Okay.
Then
Any
all the
question?
earth is lifted up and the root is still up. Like there's a cave under it and you can see it.
You know, I see a lot of those, especially when you hike. Anybody have any questions on this?
Russ, I just want to say I walk by there quite a bit, my wife and I with the dog.
you
And
do.
I what's that?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, you know, what Rose is describing. Yeah, I can, you know, she's right. Those things need to come out of there.
Any other questions from any other commissioners? I think we should approve this as a maintenance activity, non-regulated, no fee, and it could be done immediately. Does anybody have any opposition to that?
Nope.
No, with that, I'll make a motion to approve this as a non-regulated maintenance activity.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you, Drew,
Aye.
for coming
Thank
before the commission instead of
Thank you.
just doing it. You have a great reason to do it, but
Yeah.
it makes it easier on us. Thank you.
Absolutely. We're very good caretakers of this wetlands area.
So now to the fun part.
Oh, there's more.
Yes, there's more.
After you cut down a tree, you want to build a big house there.
No, no, no,
Very
no.
small.
I did that once. I don't want to do that again. Downsizing. Kids are gone.
Yep. So what's next?
So we want to put a pool in.
Yep.
So if you see where the house is on this drawing and just below it is the pool. So it's a 16 by 32 in-ground pool. Yeah, 16 by 32. It's about 12 feet off the house, the foundation. It is 12 feet off the foundation and 25 feet from the septic, which is not drawn on here. So that's
How far from the wetlands? That's all we care about.
right. If you see where that square is, where the pool is,
Yep.
I think that's 31 feet. Hold a second.
Looks like
I'm
51.
sorry, 61.
All right, we need to come out and look at that because that is a regulated activity. That's not something we're legally allowed to approve.
The whole lot's of wetlands.
Yeah, but we still need to come out and
Yeah, I
look
know.
at it.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you can't do it. You're in a buffer zone. You're not in a wetland, but anything within the buffer zone needs to be permitted.
Yep, not a problem.
So we'll come out, and I'd like to come out myself.
Sure.
Anybody want to come with me? Sierra, you need to get away from those kids. How about you and I take a ride, huh?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay.
Sounds like an adventure.
Yeah. So I'll get in touch with you, Drew or Rose.
Okay.
And make sure you're home. You don't need to be home.
Right.
If you prefer to be home, it'd probably be better. But otherwise, all you got to do is stake out the four corners of the pool.
Okay.
Sierra and I will come by and look at it and then report at the next meeting. We can't really talk at the inspection. We have to report everything during a meeting. We can't tell you, oh, this looks good. And
Oh, yeah.
you know
Right.
what I mean? We just look, we look at the wetlands, we look at the different conditions because every site is different. And then we come back to the meeting and make a decision.
Okie
All
dokie.
right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll get your information from Karen. Does she have your email or text?
Yes. you should.
Yes, we have it.
All right. So Karen, if you can email me their phone numbers so I could text them, which is what I prefer, then I'll go from there.
Okay, very good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Russ, John, if you like, I could bring Liv by there too, so she can get a little hands-on experience.
Great. Thank you, John. What a father, I'll tell you.
What a nice guy.
Okay, what's
Okay, thank
next?
you.
Thank you, Drew and Rose.
Next, we have Roxbury Land Trust, the walking bridge replacement over the Chappaq River,
Thank God.
River Road Preserve.
My dog gets dizzy when he goes on that bridge. It's become very artistic. It's a curvy, very curvy. And Jamie, you've done a good job with taking care of the hillside before that bridge, like I asked.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
It's important, I think.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Tough area there, though.
Yeah, it is. I think that the secret there, though, is really direct people as to the right trail.
Yep.
And put logs or anything in the way so they stay on the trail.
Yep.
Hey, Russ, I'm going to step down from this one.
Oh, of course, John. Steps down from all the hard ones. Andy, you need to step down too, right?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying that. Yep.
All right, it came out broken up. Okay. So I'm gonna see Lenora and Sierra on this application. So you're voting members. So you can make motions, you could talk after motions are made, all the things you can't do when you're on the sideline. What do we call you? Doesn't come to mind, but
Alternates.
right. So does everybody know this bridge? This is the bridge at the River Road Preserve. It's a wooden bridge. Goes over the river down about 1.5 miles. It's kind of crooked. We've been trying to keep it safe, but my guess it's getting to the point where it's not getting so safe anymore. Talked to Brian Neff about this years ago. Glad to see this is moving forward. I heard it's going to move though.
Yes.
All right. Where's it moving to?
It's moving upstream.
How far?
Let's see. That's one.
178.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Just so the commission has a understanding. You see where the existing bridges, they're moving it upstream.
Yeah, less span up there.
But I hate to be a pain in the butt, but floodplain up there.
It's actually there's a rise on the north side of the river there. It's kind of up above. The floodplain kind of runs on the back side of that. The ocean.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, there's kind of a channel cut behind it.
Yeah, I know that whenever it floods, it goes in that channel. I was hoping.
Yeah, and then it actually runs into the
bridge that's gonna get wiped out.
Are the trails still going to be connected though? Doesn't that connect the River Road Trail and also the Ozark? Isn't there like another trail that it connects with?
Yeah, it goes
Or is
across the river to the Blue Barns Trail.
Okay, so it's still going to connect though,
Yeah.
even though it's moved. Okay, I can't really see right now. Okay, that's all.
So go ahead, Brian. Give me your spiel. You're on.
This is a
There you go.
structural steel bridge. We're lucky to get this as a kind of a recycled unit. Jamie got a pretty good deal on it for sections. Frames sit on.
Brian, I don't know if it's me, but you're breaking up and then you go out. Maybe you got to plug that in better.
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is a structural steel bridge. It's got weathering steel construction, which never has to be painted. There's a lot of maintenance. Worked out well.
Yeah, you're breaking up. Jamie, could you explain this?
Yeah, it's a structural steel bridge. It was originally a pipe bridge that went over the Naugatuck River. We bought it kind of to repurpose it.
Right, and you need to repaint it?
No, it does not need to be repainted.
Okay, is the paint on it lead by any chance?
There is no paint on it.
Okay, so it's just steel.
It's just steel.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're gonna run some some fabrication on it, obviously, to make it pedestrian worthy. I actually had some native oak that I'd salvaged. Instead of using pressure treated, I salvaged some native oak that had came down during the storms and saw logs, and got those milled up into 2x6s and used that for the planking across the bridge.
How do we get the bridge in there?
Get it in there with crane. Well, we're going to set it with a crane. We're going to get it in there. We're planning on working with O&G and excavate. We're going to obviously need to bring excavator in there. So most likely get it to the trailhead and walk it in with an excavator, or use a mix of an excavator and a trailer that can get down there.
What is the route for the excavator?
The route's going to be right down on the rail bed.
So, and then that excavator is going to cross the river or work only on one side of the river?
The big O&G
or the real
Yep,
breakdown.
the north side, I'm actually planning on bringing a small tractor with a backhoe on it.
Okay.
And I can pick my way down through from River Road with the tractor, and I'll do all the, the abutment or sonotube, excavation on that north side of the river with a smaller backhoe tractor, a
Does
little more.
anybody else have questions? Nobody else has any questions, just me?
When were you planning on doing this?
I mean, as soon as we get approvals, I'd like to, we're pretty much ready to go. I have O&G ready to go. It's just once we get approvals, we're gonna get the ball rolling. So depends on that. I'd like to get it up by the, another thing is we have to worry about water levels in the river. I mean, right now it's fairly
You're
low.
not doing it now.
Yeah, I know, obviously. So probably, it's
summer
August when the river's the lowest. That's kind of what I'm thinking, hoping for at least.
Jamie, how big and how many of these footings are there on the north side?
On the north side, we were originally going to do, a big concrete abutment, but we figured, it's because we're going to need to get a concrete pump truck in there. And we didn't want to do footings, wall, and then a slab in 3 different pours. So I think Brian was talking, he wanted to do 4 different 2-foot sonotubes on that north side.
Brian's nodding yes, by the way.
Instead of a big concrete abutment, it's just too many pours that way.
What happens to the old bridge?
That gets removed.
Okay. With the crane, the same crane that you're going to use to put the new bridge in?
No, we don't really have a solid plan on that one yet. That bridge is too heavy, and there's a lot of weird pressures on it, and the crane people were they didn't want to touch it. And that, just because of where it's situated, it's too far from the center pin of the crane. You couldn't even get it in there to lift that off.
Right.
Russ, I wanted to ceremoniously blow it up, but they said no.
Yeah.
I'm for that.
I mean, I don't know.
As long as there's a party behind it.
Exactly.
Yeah, burn it. No, I don't know. I mean,
I just want to make sure that it's not used.
What's that? Yeah. I mean, it's once we get, obviously we're going to leave it up during the construction of this current bridge so we can access the other side of it and go walk, way through the river.
Right.
But,
right.
I mean, I don't know if we could get a bigger excavator in there and kind of and yank it down and get it out of there. I don't know if that's a possibility. I just don't, with all that tension on that bridge, I don't think it's safe to be up there trying to disassemble it over the river.
Well, you could leave it, but it's got to be blocked. Take the stairs out. I'm worried about kids, silly kids.
I mean, could we get a bigger size excavator in there and pull it down and yank it on and then disassemble it that way?
Yeah.
All right. So maybe that's what we'll do is get once we kind of establish a road in, or, a way to get in with the tractor to dig those footings on the north side, I'll make sure I can get a bigger size excavator in there. We'll probably hook a big chain around it and pull it down and, get it on shore and then,
Yeah, but put
and then once the pressures are off,
do it during low flow.
What's that? Yeah, during low flow. Yeah,
during low flow. Put silt fence downriver to catch anything that might be come falling off.
Yep.
And it's better to get it out of there for safety perspective and a wetlands perspective.
Yeah.
And for the river, otherwise it's going to deteriorate and slowly be dropping bolts and nuts and wood, and better to just rip it out of there. Some wood's going to fall. Have a silt fence downriver with a bunch of volunteers. I'll volunteer. I'll be there with RJ and Sierra and Tony, and and we'll be catching all the wood that comes down. That's all.
Sounds like
Right?
a great time.
It will be a good time.
But yeah, that's what I was hoping we could do. Is just get
Okay.
a bigger machine in there that could handle it and just pull it right down and get it out of there. You know,
Yeah, we're lucky that
get it
one.
out the river as quickly as possible, and you know, from once it's on shore, then you know, disassemble it, because we're gonna need to pull it from that north side because of the ledge on the, you know, there's a
Right, yeah.
we're gonna
Not
need
an
to get in
easy
there,
job.
pull it from the north side, and then you know, basically hand walk it out to a dumpster on the rail bed on the new bridge.
Right. It may be ugly, but the short term may be ugly, but the long term would be uglier.
Exactly.
Especially if we leave that there and somebody gets hurt.
Yeah.
Doing stupid stuff. So.
Which I'm sure would happen.
Anybody else have any comments, concerns? I think this is a exempt activity because it's for the public good and it's for recreation, which is an exemption under our regulations. Doesn't mean they could do it, just went and do it. You have to have the commission approve it as an exempt activity. So my motion, Rob, you have anything?
Did you put a motion on the table?
Yeah. My activity, because it's in the public good and it's for recreation. Do I have a second?
I second.
Any discussion? For the record, that does include removal of the existing bridge as the plans warrant, as long as the commission is provided 1 week notice before the bridge is removed.
Okay, one more comment. What about you know, obviously tree removal? That's a part of this because I am going to need to remove some trees.
Well, obviously, you need to remove trees to remove bridges and add bridges, and we know the land trust will do it in the proper best management practices.
Yeah, and there, you know, there's probably some other spots that are within the setbacks of the rivers. You know, just to be able to get the bigger machinery down there, I would need to take it. Just wanted to make sure it's all good.
So I have a motion. I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Great job, guys. You guys are awesome. I'll tell you. I think of you every week, me and my dog, going over rivers because of people like you, and I really appreciate it.
Great.
So what's next, Julie?
We've got James Curran, 376 South Street. So
is that you, Jamie?
2 for 1 deal.
376. Where is that?
It's right below you. It's
Is
right.
that where you moved to?
I mean, I've lived there. I bought the property in 2014, but
Oh, I didn't know that.
I
Not your parents' property, right? You're not living with mom and dad, are you?
no.
Thank God.
To the south. No, I bought this in 2014.
And where is this? Give me some. Go by your parents' house.
Yeah, just to the south. Just to the south.
Like
Little. There used to be a chicken coop. Helene Brady's house, old house. I bought the property from Mark Manville.
So the how many driveway is it on the right or the left?
It's not.
If I'm going to Roxbury.
If you're heading north, it's on the right.
All right. There's a white house there that backs up the Garnet Road.
There's. You're talking about Tom Fee's house?
Yeah.
Well, Tom Fee, if you look, is on the on the east of me. So I back up to Tom Fee's.
Are you north of him? Are you south of him or north of him?
I'm southeast of him or southwest of him.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and south on the road. Yes. I mean, I have the little chicken coop on the road.
I never noticed.
Really?
No.
Huh.
But I'm not always paying attention.
I guess not. Hard to miss sometimes.
I know. Well, go ahead. So what are you doing?
So I'm planning to hopefully there is no wetlands on the property, but construct a driveway up to a potential future house site on the property, and I would leave the remaining or my current house as I guess I don't know how you would classify it as a accessory I don't accessory house or home or guest house or whatever.
So this application is only for the driveway at this point?
At this point, yeah, I've done the Brian can chime in, but I dug the test holes and we do have some.
Maybe he can, maybe he can't. And technology. Brian, go ahead. Could you?
It's just basically cutting a driveway in up to the house site. So we're kind of following the contour line. Cut the grade slope down. Good soil in that area. We did soil tests. It's all sand and gravel soils. So there's definitely good drainage there. Runoff on the driveway. Cross section shows the grassline swale on the upper side of the driveway.
Is the septic system already in?
No, it is not in.
Is that part of this application?
I mean, it's not. It's not a part of this application. I've done the test holes and
Right, you're just showing that you could build a house there and have room
Yeah.
for the septic with the driveway in.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No,
And,
this is
and there's no wetlands. You're outside of the buffer zone.
Yeah, there's no wetlands. I mean, I will need a culvert, like 24-inch pipe down at the base of the driveway. It catches some runoff just from South Street.
Right, Barbara will require that. We're making everybody do it, whether it makes sense or not.
Yeah, so I do, about 40 feet of that underneath and I'm gonna basically follow the contours. It's gonna be about a 650-foot driveway at about 10%, maybe slightly over.
10% is your grade, most of
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else have questions? I will seat John and Andy back on. For this
Jamie, I
application.
just have one question, and maybe Brian tried to explain it, but I couldn't really hear him.
Yeah,
Just about the drainage,
Yep.
how you were going to handle the driveway drainage.
We're gonna put some catch basins in and pitch it so and excavate on the uphill side a little swale with some catch basins in it, and basically take it under and drop the water off the downhill side, and then it would run into the current drainage swale system that the town has from their road, and then eventually go underneath South Street right by where my current driveway is.
Okay.
But yeah, we are planning some catch basins, and I guess he doesn't show it on the. Do you show it on the?
Oh, I know.
No.
Just have a swale along the upper side.
Potentially, yeah.
Well, we should look at this anyway. I'll volunteer to go.
Okay.
Sierra, you want to come with me? All right, me and Sierra. So Jamie, could you email me? Do you have my email?
Yes.
Send me an email and then we'll set up a date. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'll.
This way we'll look at it. Does
Yep.
anybody else have questions before we go look?
No, I'm good.
All right. All right, Jamie, give me an email. I'll get you a date. We'll come down and we'll meet with you.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you. What's next, Julie? You're muted, Julie. I can't hear you.
Russ, it's the Hasseltine 220 Painter Hill Road, the vote on the remediation plan.
Right. Did they pay the fine? Do you know, Karen?
Yes.
They have. Did that go into the land acquisition fund?
I don't know.
Would you make sure that's where it's supposed to go? They keep diverting my money. Would you make sure, Karen, that's where our violation money is supposed to go?
Yes, I will.
So Rob and I went and looked at this. I think Sam Saban did a great job, and Brian. I think what was done without a permit could have been done with a permit, and that's my only problem, is if they got a permit, this probably would have been approved. It's a vast improvement over what was there, which was nothing but evasives and just wasn't functioning ecologically. I mean, Sam, tell me if I'm wrong, but it just was a overgrown mess.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it was less of a pond and more of a dump site. So
Yeah. And what's there now seems to be a really nice pond. And I'm glad that your plan doesn't propose lawn right up to the pond, so we could just pour all kinds of nutrients into it and destroy it over time. That the plan puts native species around the pond and make it a natural thing, which it wouldn't have become on its own.
yeah, Bill was very open to that, to just whatever he could do to make it right as far as that. So I tried to make a little bit of a buffer in between any sort of lawn and still make it aesthetically pleasing.
And what do you think, Rob?
Russ, just for the record, I've stepped down from this.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna see Lenora then to be on this application for Rob.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't go out with Rob. he happened to be in the car I was driving, but I went and looked at it.
He was your designated driver, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I have no issue with this at all. I think it's an improvement. My only problem with it was done without getting a permit ahead of hand, and I think the contractor should have known better, but the contractor did do a good job. I know that Sam will do a good job on this. I have a lot of respect for Sam. Make sure that this plan is carried out, and Brian, the way you proposed it. If there's any issues, please notify us so we can make changes as we go along.
Appreciate it, Russ. Thank you.
Yeah, but I make a motion to approve this as a regulated activity.
I'll second.
I second.
Lenora second it. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
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 Russ, John Cody.
John Cody.
Yeah, Russ, I just want to throw in that property's for sale. I actually had a realtor inquire about that today. So would this be transferred onto a prospective new owner?
That's a great question, John, because permits are not transferable. It would be silly to think that a new owner buys it and we say, hey, you don't have a permit. The new owner would have to request to take over the obligations of the permit and become responsible for it by submitting their own application.
All right, well, I did relay that information that they were in the process of a violation, so at least they know that aspect.
Well, the violation's done. The plan has been approved. We can transfer the permit if they apply for a permit when they're the owners of the property so that we could hold somebody accountable. If this work is done before the property is sold, then that wouldn't be needed because the work would be done. And then you would be the one to approve that the work was done as proposed.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, got it.
Is there anything else on the agenda, Julie?
No, you just have, what do we have? Falls Road for Saks?
10 Falls Road, Laura
You'd like to add that.
Yep. So I'll make a motion to add Laura Sachs, 10 Falls Road to the agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Hi, Chris. Chris, I thought, hi, Laura. How are
Hi,
you?
how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Chris, I thought we approved this in the fall.
So what you approved in the fall was a knotweed project. So that is ongoing. So as you may remember, there's Japanese knotweed, which is an invasive plant that's required to be treated with glyphosate on both sides of the bridge that goes across Pierce Brook. And so it was treated last year. It will be treated again this year. But Laura has gone ahead and worked with neighbors to clear by hand all the shrub invasives that are there. So multiflora rose, barberry, bittersweet, honeysuckle, and others. And so what we're here to do is to apply for a permit to treat the resprouting woody invasives with Garlon 3A, which is a triclopyr-based herbicide. And so that will effectively kill the resprouting plants, and will also treat the new seedlings of invasive plants that will come up. So that way we could allow the native plants that are latent in the soil to regrow and fill the void.
I went down there and looked at it today, Chris. I think Laura has done an awesome job, really. And being careful not to disrupt the skunk cabbage and native species. It looks so much better, and it's so much better for the stream and the water quality. I hear what you're saying about when you pull this stuff out, because I do it, it comes back, and you do need to spray it. So that would this be this hand spraying, right?
Yeah,
Chris,
this is just myself going in there with a backpack sprayer and treating it one plant at a time.
Any questions for Laura or Chris from the commission? I see this as a maintenance activity as of right. In other words, they're doing better for the environment, doing what they're doing and the way they're doing it, rather than making them pay a wetland permit fee when they're not building things, or they're making the environment there better, which has been really overrun with evasives for many years. I wish you could go upstream across South Street and continue on, because bothers me, but it is what it is.
That's the future, I'd say. So
yeah. Well, I'm hoping other people get involved, but the way to do it is the way to do it the way you're doing it, and not by machine, but by hand, and then cut it and spray it. Much less disruption. I find personally in the projects I'm involved in on a much larger scale than this, that it works better than just ripping things out and disrupting the land. So I'm all in favor of this. So if nobody else on the commission has an issue, does anybody on the commission have an issue?
No, I think this is a good way to go with this.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's been a labor of love. It's been a
Yeah.
lot of hard work, but
Yeah,
a
I
little
know
more
I've
to
got my
do.
own problems here.
Yeah, it is. It
I
is.
know.
And watch out for those ticks, because they're brutal.
I know.
You got to spray yourself when you do that stuff, because they're on that barberry. They're waiting for you.
Yes,
right, Rob?
I know.
Rob knows. So I'll make a motion to approve this as a maintenance activity as of right, no fee required.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
All
Yeah,
in
thank you.
favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Thank you, Laura and Chris. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Russ.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else, Julie?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What time is it?
8:45.
Still later than normal, but okay.
It's
Usually I like to
8:39.
get out by a half hour, but those days may be gone.
I don't know, Russ. We did the Board of Finance meeting and public hearing last night in 17 minutes.
Well, you know why, Andy? Because you guys did such a great job.
Well, the Board of Selectmen helped too.
Well, but you lowered the mill rate. What town lowers a mill rate?
Oh, well, you know, we rock. It's Roxbury.
They find more ways to spend your money, and you guys didn't do that. And I think you guys are awesome.
Well,
and
thank
everybody
you.
should know that.
You know, I have to give credit where credit is due. It's Barbara, and we're really going to miss her.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody will miss her more than me. Believe me, I've been by her side for 24 years and I love her like a sister. So, but it's good for her. It's good for her personally. And she needs to be free and enjoy her grandkids. And that's what it's all about. It really is nothing more than that. So,
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
with that, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Jamie, give me an email, all right?
Yeah, I will. I
All
will.
right. Take care.
Good
Yep.
night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.